Hello, everyone. My name's Steve Peters. I'm here to talk to you about the online challenge. And what I'd like to do now is introduce Ozia Khan, who is the Senior Director at ITD for Innovation. And over to you, Ozia, to tell us about the challenge.
Thank you. I work on the technology side of the house at ADB. When COVID-19 hit us, pretty much everyone started coming to us with ideas and solutions, as you were hearing in the previous panel sessions on technology and how technology can be leveraged on this fight against COVID. So we decided to organize this under a hackathon umbrella to match solutions and challenges and ideas. We launched the Digital Against COVID hackathon under ADB Digital Innovation Sandbox program. This year is 100% virtual. Last couple of years, we had more physical hackathons. This year, we went all virtual in partnership with Asian Institute of Management. The focus is on digital ideas and solutions for this fight against COVID-19. The sandbox provides a safe and neutral place to experiment, test with real pilots with ADB support. Under this program, we can go from idea to real pilot fast with, of course, guardrails. This approach allows us for innovation to happen fast in a way with freedom from a lot of the current policies and other sort of current state best practices that don't allow innovation fast. It also supports you with frameworks around cloud and other technology provisions that are required to make these experiments to occur faster. The hackathon this year is looking at more medium to longer term normal for us, 2021 and beyond. It will focus for more than just sort of adapting to COVID-19, but looking at shaping our new normal. Like in the discussion before, this question of pause today has given us a possibility, almost like a reboot moment, but it requires a super fast innovation. And how do you make super fast innovation happen? This is where we're looking at crowdsourcing, we're looking at matching challenges and ideas, and put them through on a fast track for experimentation. And this allows for, of course, local and global innovation to mix and to provide us an opportunity to shape the new normal. In many cases, when I was hearing ideas and solutions, I was looking at it from the lens that this doesn't really go with the current best practices. So we have to develop sort of next best practices and fairly fast. I was also looking at the portfolio of ideas coming our way, and it was more than just work from home and managing social distances. There was another sort of underlying theme to this. So this is the time to change. And this is where, when you look at, if you look today at health and well-being and what's happening, the role of data and AI in this fight, you see it on a daily basis, the numbers, data, big data making a difference in health and well-being. Education, everyone was caught off guard overnight, went digital. Some did faster than the others. When you look at economic recovery, micro, small institutions, they're looking at ways to recover faster using tech. Government services, including ADP, our own digital transformation is now put on sort of super speed to happen. So we launched this hackathon platform to enable acquisition of challenges, to match with ideas and solutions, and to nurture them in a sandbox environment which is safe, neutral, with support from ADB, with tech support, but also support on the policy side, on regulatory policies, so that we can safely test a new idea together with everyone to fast track for implementation to discover our new normal possibilities. So that's really sort of the genesis in terms of how we embarked on this. We're a month or so into it, and already we're seeing a lot of fruit in terms of matching challenges, matching solutions, and moving ahead forward. I'll stop here and I'll pass it over to Steve. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ozia. That's very kind of you. First of all, everybody, I hope you're all okay wherever you are, and that you and your family and your colleagues are safe. This challenge started out of an initial discussion prompted by a newspaper report from China talking about how waste was being processed in cement kilns. And in fact, the session that we just had today is a result of 3 months' work and discussions between Christine, who was very active in supporting this from the private sector side, and some of the other folks in the presentation who were very active in engaging, notably Khalid. So where do we go from here? Where do we take the response from COVID-19? We've talked about large infrastructure in our work. Now we need to figure out what's a low-hanging fruit we can work on. And that low-hanging fruit is actually digitizing waste collection. It's been done before. There are people using these programs and people developing and using apps, but it's fragmented. And what we'd like to do is try and run a program to find out about what innovation is available, to share our views on where that innovation will go, and also to talk about how we can integrate apps into the larger activities of governments in terms of extended producer responsibility schemes. So let me start from EPR. Taipei, China has a fantastic scheme of using EPR. It was actually started out of the community. A number of manufacturers decided that they wanted to deal with their waste. And so they grouped together and said, okay, from all the waste from these factories will be processed by another factory, which we will fund and subsidize from the sales of our products. This then led on to a number of those types of arrangements, and then the government formalized that into what is now called the Taiwan Recycling Funds Management Board. So that handles a process where people pay a fee to release a product either manufactured or imported into the market. That fee is then distributed to the manufacturers, to the recyclers, and to those people that handle the waste. That program generates revenue and actually generates a profit of about 20% for the government. So when you say that waste can't be managed profitably, this is in fact incorrect. So how do we then get that information about what is available in countries which are fragmented or don't have the capacity to implement that system quickly or thoroughly? Well, of course, it's the community. Now, this is what the apps are already trying to do. Apps are already trying to organize communities, do waste trading banks, identify sources of waste, and try and determine where waste can be dealt with in the lowest impact possible. Zero waste communities, all of these sorts of activities are driven from these types of apps. The challenge is, how do we link those apps to a subsequent extended producer responsibility scheme, which we think governments are going to do because it's a way for them to generate revenue. And it's also a way for them to guarantee sanitation and to create a nicer and more resilient environment for their citizens to live in. So what we want to hear in this challenge is about the innovation that's occurring in the marketplace. I've reached out to a number of people, as have some of the other people in the challenge. We are very keen to hear about your innovation, even if it doesn't exactly fit what I just described. Because innovation sometimes is about giving something to somebody they don't really know they need. So from that end, I would highly recommend talking to your friends and colleagues and putting a team together for this challenge. The website is available. If you don't have the website, please reach out to us. We will, I believe that the website will be published on ADB's main website as well. If not, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. My name is Stephen Sturrock Peters on LinkedIn, and you'll see that I'm at the Asian Development Bank. I encourage you to take part in this challenge. I'm really keen to hear about the work you're doing, however small. Even if you think we're too small to take part in this challenge, please don't. So from that end, I'd like to thank you all for your time and for staying around after this session. I'd like to thank Ozir and the nice people at ITD for their great support in this. And I'd like to thank the people involved in the team in developing this challenge, including Christine and a number of other folks who are not on camera at the moment. And from that end, I thank you. I wish you well in the challenge, and I look forward to seeing your innovation and hoping we can share it to make a safer, more resilient world. Thank you very much.